recalling the vibrant presence of Robert Plant, the charismatic frontman of Led Zeppelin, brings to mind the tumultuous 70s, where his disheveled hair and often shirtless appearance captivated audiences across generations. Timeless hits like Stairway to Heaven and Black Dog showcased his remarkable talent. His solo career also resonated strongly, yet beneath the surface of his success lies a path fraught with tragedy that has remained concealed for 5 decades. The narrative of adversities that shadowed Robert's life reveals untold challenges, including personal losses and struggles that have shaped his journey. As he reaches the age of 75, the contrast between his legendary status and the hardships he faced becomes more poignant. The complexities of his life story invite a deeper understanding of the man behind the music, highlighting the resilience required to navigate both triumph and tragedy. The exploration of these experiences sheds light on the emotional landscape that has defined Robert Plant's existence. From a comfortable middle-class upbringing in Staffordshire, England, Robert Plant's journey to becoming a rock legend was filled with internal conflict. Born to an engineer father, Plant faced the weight of familial expectations that pushed him toward a conventional career in accounting. His parents envisioned a stable future for him, one that aligned with traditional values and academic success. However, Plant's heart was drawn to the soulful sounds of blues music, which ignited a passion within him that could not be ignored. This love for music clashed with the expectations placed upon him, creating a struggle that defined his early years. While his parents urged him to pursue a more academic path, Plant found it increasingly difficult to feign interest in a future that did not resonate with his true desires. The tension between his family's wishes and his own aspirations fueled his determination to carve out a different path, one that would ultimately lead him to the heights of rock stardom. In 1970, Robert Plant shared his struggles with balancing education and his growing passion for music. He found it challenging to maintain a good relationship with his schoolmasters and parents while pursuing what he truly loved. The pressure of trying to excel in school while nurturing his musical dreams became overwhelming. This internal conflict reached a breaking point for Plant, leading him to make a significant decision at just 17 years old. He chose to leave school to follow his musical aspirations. This choice was driven by his deep passion for music, but it also caused a rift between him and his parents. They likely had hopes for his academic success and a more traditional path in life. Plant's decision marked a turning point in his life as he stepped into the world of music, fully committing to his dreams despite the personal cost. This moment defined his future and set the stage for his remarkable career in music. As Robert Plant reflects on his journey, he recalls the tension that arose with his parents when he chose a different path. He mentions feeling a bit afraid to upset them as he became involved with a group that embraced music and creativity. This choice created a widening gap between him and his father, leading to familial discord. The struggle between following his heart and meeting his parents' expectations was a significant challenge for him. Despite the difficulties, Plant's decision to pursue music instead of a conventional career, such as obtaining an accounting degree, turned out to be a gamble that paid off. His talent and passion for music led him to an extraordinary career filled with success and recognition. The journey was not easy, but it ultimately allowed him to express himself and connect with audiences around the world. The sacrifices made in his personal life were overshadowed by the joy and fulfillment he found in his musical endeavors. Despite the challenges he faced in his early life, Robert Plant found success by forming the legendary rock band Led Zeppelin. His journey began with the strains in his relationship with his parents, which led him to leave home at a young age. At just 17, he recognized his professional potential and made the difficult decision to pursue his dreams. This choice forced him to grow up quickly and develop resilience. Reflecting on his past, Plant later acknowledged the importance of that decision, stating that it was necessary for his growth as an artist. Over time, he managed to reconcile with his parents, which brought him a sense of peace. He understood that leaving home was a crucial step in his journey, allowing him to embrace his talent and passion for music. The formation of Led Zeppelin marked a significant turning point in his life, leading to a remarkable career that would influence generations of musicians. While Robert Plant would go on to become the iconic lead singer of the legendary rock band, his journey to the spotlight was filled with twists of fate. In 1968, Jimmy Page, the mastermind behind Led Zeppelin, was not only the band's chief architect, but also a seasoned musician known for his hard-nosed business approach and vision for a groundbreaking sound. Page embarked on a meticulous search for a lead singer who could elevate the band to unparalleled heights. During this search, he discovered Robert Plant, a relatively unknown and untested vocalist at the time. Plant's unique voice and charismatic stage presence caught Page's attention, leading to a collaboration that would change the landscape of rock music forever. Their partnership combined Page's innovative guitar work with Plant's powerful vocals, creating a sound that was both fresh and timeless. This collaboration marked the beginning of a musical journey that would influence countless artists and shape the future of rock music. The chemistry between Plant and Page became a defining element of Led Zeppelin's success, as they pushed each other to explore new musical territories. Their combined talents resulted in classic albums that showcased their creativity and passion for music. The legacy of Robert Plant and Jimmy Page continues to resonate, inspiring new generations of musicians and fans alike. Meanwhile, a figure loomed on the sidelines, Terry Reid, an established rock singer and songwriter who had caught the attention of none other than Aretha Franklin in 1969. Franklin proclaimed there are only three things happening in England: the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, and Terry Reid. This statement highlighted Reid's significant talent and presence in the music scene. Jimmy Page, aware of Reid's prowess, extended an invitation for him to be the lead singer of the new band Led Zeppelin. This opportunity could have changed the course of rock history. However, fate dealt a cruel hand, as Reid had already committed to being the opening act on several tours, making immediate collaboration impossible. This decision led to Robert Plant stepping into the role of lead singer for Led Zeppelin, a choice that would define the band's sound and success. Reid's missed opportunity remains a fascinating footnote in rock history, illustrating how timing and choices can shape musical legacies. The impact of these decisions continues to resonate in the music world today. In a tragic twist of timing, Reid suggested that if Page could wait a few weeks, they could discuss the opportunity further. Regrettably, impatience prevailed, and Page, driven by his unwavering determination, opted not to wait. Instead, Reid recommended Robert Plant, paving the way for Plant to seize the role that would define his career. This decision changed the course of rock music history. Plant's powerful voice and charismatic stage presence became central to Led Zeppelin's identity. The band's unique blend of rock, blues, and folk elements captivated audiences worldwide. Despite the professional politeness of Reid, who claims no regrets or hard feelings, the alternate path not taken casts a shadow over Led Zeppelin's origin story. One can only wonder how different the music landscape might have been had Page waited. Plant's rise to fame was not just a matter of talent, but also of timing and choices made in the heat of the moment. The legacy of Led Zeppelin continues to influence countless artists today, showcasing the profound impact of that pivotal decision. Shifting musical interests played a significant role in Robert Plant's early career. He moved away from rock, particularly what he called hard rock, which influenced his decisions and direction as an artist. This divergence in musical preferences, along with the clash of schedules, led to a misconnection that changed the paths of two talented musicians in 1968. At that time, Plant was just a 19-year-old artist on the brink of obscurity. He had a record contract with CBS Records, but had not yet achieved notable success. Despite his relative anonymity, Plant displayed remarkable confidence. He showcased his skills as a songwriter and performer, which hinted at the potential that would later define his career. His early experiences shaped his artistic vision and laid the groundwork for his future endeavors. As he navigated the music scene, Plant's evolving interests would eventually lead him to become a prominent figure in rock music, influencing generations of musicians and fans alike. The perplexing twist in this narrative lies in the omission of Robert Plant's name from the song credits on Led Zeppelin's first album. A closer inspection of the original pressing of this iconic record reveals a conspicuous absence of Plant's contributions. Even on more recent pressings, his acknowledgement is limited to a co-writing credit on the song Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, a concession resulting from a later lawsuit. The source of this tragic omission stems from the intricacies of Plant's contractual entanglements at the time. He was bound by a contract with CBS Records, creating a legal hurdle that prevented him from receiving due credit for the songs on Led Zeppelin's debut album, which was signed under Atlantic Records. This situation highlights the complexities artists often face in the music industry, where legal agreements can overshadow their creative contributions. The impact of this oversight has lingered in discussions about the band's legacy and Plant's role in shaping their sound. The absence of his name from the credits raises questions about recognition and fairness in the music world. Despite the bureaucratic obstacles, the early days of Led Zeppelin showcased a vibrant and collaborative songwriting process. Robert Plant, the band's lead vocalist, played a crucial role in shaping the music, yet his contributions were often overshadowed by contractual limitations. George Case, a writer who has explored this topic, argues that the notion of Plant being uninvolved in the creative process is simply not true. In reality, Plant was deeply engaged in crafting the band's sound and lyrics, bringing his unique vision to the forefront. The restrictive contracts of the time created a distorted view of his involvement, leaving him unrecognized for his significant input in the creation of one of rock history's most celebrated albums. This lack of acknowledgement does not diminish the impact Plant had on the band's music. His powerful voice and poetic lyrics were essential in defining Led Zeppelin's identity. The collaborative spirit among the band members, including Plant, was a driving force behind their innovative sound, blending various musical influences and styles. The dynamic interactions during songwriting sessions contributed to the band's legendary status, showcasing the importance of each member's contributions. The legacy of Led Zeppelin continues to resonate, highlighting the vital role Robert Plant played in their artistic journey. In the zenith of 1970, Robert Plant found himself in a life that seemed idyllic. As the lead singer of the wildly successful band Led Zeppelin, he reveled in the euphoria of musical triumph. The band was at the height of its fame, captivating audiences with their powerful sound and electrifying performances. Alongside this whirlwind of success, Plant embraced the joys of domesticity. He had recently tied the knot with Maren Wilson, and together they welcomed a baby daughter named Carmen. Their harmonious existence unfolded on a serene farm in rural England, where they enjoyed the simple pleasures of life. The farm was adorned with the comforting presence of a pet dog and a few goats, creating a peaceful atmosphere that contrasted sharply with the chaos of his rock star life. However, this tranquil tableau was about to be shattered. Plant faced the first of two harrowing encounters with near-fatal automobile accidents, which would change the course of his life and challenge the idyllic image he had built. During the copyright infringement trial concerning the famous song Stairway to Heaven, Robert Plant faced unexpected challenges. The case was brought by the estate of Randy Wolf, the lead singer of the band Spirit. As the trial progressed, surprising revelations emerged. Plant was confronted with claims that he had attended a Spirit concert and even played snooker with one of the band's members. However, Plant firmly denied these allegations, stating that he could not have taken any inspiration from Spirit's song due to a significant reason: he had no memory of those events. His testimony revealed a heartbreaking story of memory loss caused by a traumatic car crash. Plant described the horrific aftermath of the accident, where his wife, Maureen, suffered a fractured skull, and he himself endured severe injuries, including part of the windshield embedded in his head. The crash had a profound impact on his life, acting as a temporal eraser that wiped away memories of the time before the incident. This tragic chapter in Plant's life highlighted the deep scars left by both physical and emotional trauma. The life of a professional singer is a delicate dance, a perpetual balancing act where the strains on the body, particularly the respiratory system, throat, and vocal cords, are ever present. While inexperienced vocalists may inadvertently subject their voices to undue stress, seasoned professionals quickly learn the paramount importance of preserving their vocal instrument for a sustained and fruitful career. The toll of the spotlight is evident in the journeys of many renowned singers who, despite their diligence, have found themselves facing the surgeon's scalpel. Vocal cord surgery to remove nodules has been a common recourse for singers grappling with the physical demands of their craft. Among the illustrious names who have undergone such procedures are Julie Andrews and Meghan Trainor, both emblematic of the arduous journey to maintain the gift of song. The list extends to include Miley Cyrus, Adele, and Justin Timberlake, individuals whose struggles to reclaim their singing voices after surgery have been chronicled in the annals of musical history. In the enigmatic case of Robert Plant, the timeline of his vocal cord surgery remains shrouded in uncertainty. Although the exact moment when he underwent the procedure is elusive, the New York Post affirms that it did transpire, leaving fans to speculate based on discernible shifts in Plant's vocal quality. The years 1972 and 1973 emerge as the most common conjectures, as enthusiasts perceive a noticeable transformation in Plant's singing style post-surgery. The consensus is that he appeared to veer away from the primal howls that characterized much of his earlier work. adopting a seemingly less adventurous approach. The complexity of pinpointing the surgery's timing is compounded by Led Zeppelin's 1975 album Physical Graffiti. This album features a mix of tracks recorded over several years, blending both contemporary and earlier recordings. This intricacy renders a straightforward comparison between the album and Plant's earlier work an intricate puzzle for fans and music historians alike. The shifts in his vocal delivery continue to spark discussions about the impact of the surgery on his artistry and the evolution of his sound. As Led Zeppelin reached the peak of their fame in 1975, they were set to embark on a new tour and release an album that would further cement their legacy as the biggest band in the world. Their previous tour had been a monumental success, captivating audiences and filling their pockets with wealth. The excitement surrounding their upcoming plans was palpable, and the band was ready to continue their unprecedented momentum. However, on August 4th, tragedy struck, casting a dark shadow over their ambitions. While on the serene island of Rhodes, Robert Plant, the band's charismatic lead singer, was a passenger in a rented car. His wife, Maureen, was driving, with their children, Karak and Carmen, along with a friend seated in the back. In a sudden turn of events, the car veered off the road, soaring over a ledge before coming to an abrupt stop in a tree. This incident not only affected Plant and his family but also sent shockwaves through the music world, altering the course of Led Zeppelin's journey and leaving fans and band members alike grappling with the aftermath of this unforeseen tragedy. The incident served as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, even amidst the heights of success. The band would have to navigate the emotional and physical challenges that followed, reshaping their future in ways they could not have anticipated. Following the accident, the aftermath was nothing short of harrowing. Robert Plant's right leg bore the brunt of the impact, shattered in several places. Maureen was left unconscious and bleeding, while the children were also victims of the violent collision. Help was agonizingly delayed, leaving the injured family trapped in the wreckage for hours. When Plant finally emerged from the clutches of the hospital, he was confined to a wheelchair, a poignant symbol of the physical toll exacted by the accident. Kark sported a broken leg, and Maureen carried the weight of a fractured skull. The mere survival of all involved amounted to nothing short of a miraculous twist of fate. The dream of another tour disintegrated in the face of this calamity. Undeterred, the band rallied to create their 1976 album Presence. However, the recording process was marred by the specter of tragedy. Plant, confined to a wheelchair, navigated the studio to lay down his vocals, a testament to his unwavering commitment despite the physical and emotional turmoil. The album's lyrics reflected Plant's internal battles, echoing the profound impact of the accident and immersing the music in a dark, melancholic undertone. In 1977, Led Zeppelin faced the challenge of regaining their musical strength after a difficult period. This semi-hiatus began in 1975 due to Robert Plant's serious injuries from a car accident. As they returned, they found that the music scene had changed significantly. The rise of punk rock had overshadowed their 1976 album, which many viewed as a less impressive entry in their celebrated discography. To reclaim their status as the biggest band in the world, Led Zeppelin decided to embark on a world tour. They were determined to show that they still had the power and creativity that had made them legends. However, their plans hit a snag when Plant lost his voice for several weeks, forcing them to postpone some tour dates. Despite this setback, the band remained resolute and finally hit the road in April. They aimed to recapture the magic and energy that had characterized their earlier performances, hoping to remind fans and critics alike of their enduring talent and influence in the music world. Tragedy struck with a cruel twist on July 26, 1977, when Robert Plant received the first phone call delivering the distressing news that his son Karak was unwell. The second call arrived shortly after, breaking the devastating revelation that Plant's 5-year-old son had succumbed in bed to the illness. Just a week earlier, Plant's daughter Carmen had battled a stomach virus, but had managed to recover. When Karak fell ill, it was initially perceived as a recurrence of the same virus. However, the severity of the illness hit Karak with unrelenting force. In the face of this tragedy, Plant made the agonizing decision to leave the tour immediately and flew back home to be with his grieving family. Unsurprisingly, the remainder of the tour was promptly canceled. Led Zeppelin, already grappling with the task of reclaiming their musical legacy, now faced an even greater challenge navigating the profound grief that enveloped one of its central figures. The impact of this loss would resonate deeply within Plant and the band, shaping their music and lives in the years to come. Amidst the heights of fame, Robert Plant's journey through music has been marked by both triumph and deep sorrow. As the lead singer of Led Zeppelin, he helped shape the sound of hard rock, creating timeless classics that resonate to this day. However, the year 1977 brought a heart-wrenching chapter in his life. While Led Zeppelin was poised for success, tragedy struck when his young son Carrick fell gravely ill. Despite all efforts, Carrick lost his battle, leaving Plant in a state of profound grief. This loss shook him to his core, forcing him to reevaluate his priorities and the path he was on. In the wake of such sorrow, Plant found himself contemplating a significant change. He expressed to the world that the weight of his grief made him consider stepping away from music altogether. The thought of focusing on his family, especially his daughter, became a powerful motivation. This period of reflection revealed the depths of his despair and the longing to be present for his loved ones during such a painful time. The impact of this personal tragedy shaped not only his life, but also his music, leading him to explore new themes and sounds in his subsequent solo career. The journey through crisis and contemplation ultimately defined a significant part of Robert Plant's legacy, illustrating the complex interplay between personal loss and artistic expression. During a challenging time in his life, Robert Plant faced the decision to leave Led Zeppelin and the music industry. This period of deep reflection and sorrow was marked by the loss of his dear friend and bandmate, John Bonham. Plant's journey of soul-searching took a significant turn thanks to Bonham's unwavering support. Bonham, who was not only Plant's best friend but also an exceptional drummer, played a vital role in encouraging Plant to continue pursuing music. Despite the overwhelming grief that threatened to extinguish Plant's creative spirit, Bonham's belief in him helped reignite that flame. Their bond began long before Led Zeppelin's fame, dating back to 1965 when Plant was just 17 years old. The two musicians collaborated in various bands, including the Crawling King Snakes, and later, the Band of Joy, which Plant revived in 2010. This enduring friendship and musical partnership were crucial in shaping Plant's career and resilience in the face of adversity. When Robert Plant received the offer to become the lead singer for Led Zeppelin in 1968, he quickly recommended John Bonham for the drumming position. This decision marked the beginning of a remarkable partnership that would lead to the formation of one of the most successful rock bands in history. However, despite their incredible achievements, tragedy struck on September 24, 1980. John Bonham, known for his heavy drinking, went to sleep after a night of excessive alcohol consumption and tragically choked in his sleep. He was only 32 years old at the time of his untimely death. The loss was devastating for Plant, who later shared with Onstage magazine that Bonham was a very dear friend whom he missed every day. The impact of Bonham's death was profound, leaving a lasting mark on Plant's life and career. Even with the ongoing calls for a Led Zeppelin reunion, Plant's deep grief over Bonham's passing has played a crucial role in his decision to avoid such a revival. Bonham's son Jason revealed that Plant expressed his love for Bonham, stating that when Bonham left the world, it was the end for Led Zeppelin. Amid the soaring ascent of Led Zeppelin, Robert Plant took a significant step in his personal life by marrying Maureen Wilson in 1968. Their connection, however, predates the band's meteoric rise as they first crossed paths in 1966. Rock Off magazine highlights Maureen's crucial role in supporting Plant during his early struggling musician days, with her nursing work sustaining them through the challenges of an unknown artist's journey. Plant's love for Maureen was evident in his dedication to the song Thank You on Led Zeppelin II, a poignant and public declaration of his affection and commitment. Maureen accompanied Plant on the initial Led Zeppelin tour, but as their family expanded with the birth of their first child, Carmen, she transitioned into a role of staying at home with the children while Plant continued to tour. Despite Plant's efforts to be a devoted father and husband, the demands of his musical career posed a formidable distraction. In an interview, Plant acknowledged the conflict, stating he spent so much time trying to be a decent dad while being attracted to what he was doing in Zeppelin. The couple faced unimaginable tragedy in 1977 when their 5-year-old son, Carrick, passed away suddenly from a stomach virus. This devastating loss left Plant contemplating quitting his music career, a testament to the profound impact of the tragedy on his life. Despite the ongoing challenges, Maureen and Plant carried on, welcoming their son Logan in 1979. However, the weight of both personal loss and the toll of Plant's burgeoning career took its toll on their relationship. In 1983, the couple made the difficult decision to part ways, and they officially divorced. Plant has never remarried, carrying the echoes of the tumultuous years and heartbreaking loss in the backdrop of his personal history. Facing the fragility of life, Robert Plant's journey as a singer highlights the deep connection between an artist and their voice. For Plant, whose vocal talent is celebrated as one of the most iconic in rock music, the threat to his instrument was a stark reminder of this bond. Known for his self-critical nature, he has openly shared his feelings about his earlier vocals on Led Zeppelin songs, describing them as horrific. However, a significant chapter in his vocal journey occurred in the early 1970s, when he underwent surgery to remove nodules from his vocal cords. This procedure, while common among singers, carries risks that could end a singing career. Fans of Led Zeppelin often debate whether this surgery altered Plant's voice, but he persevered, overcoming the challenges it presented. His resilience allowed him to continue his career, navigating the aftermath of the surgery. Yet, in the early 1990s, Plant faced another daunting moment when he received a chilling prognosis that he would lose his voice within months. Reflecting on this experience in 2019, he spoke about the profound impact of such revelations, emphasizing the struggle many singers face with self-doubt and the fear of losing their gift. The journey of Robert Plant serves as a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. After the end of his 15-year marriage to Maureen in 1983, Robert Plant found himself exploring the world of dating, but struggled to find a connection that matched the depth he had with his former wife. In 2010, he made a notable decision to revive his early group, Band of Joy, bringing in new musicians, including folk singer-songwriter Patty Griffin, who joined as a backing singer. Their professional collaboration quickly blossomed into a serious romantic relationship, prompting Plant to take a significant step by moving in with Griffin in Austin, Texas. Their bond extended beyond personal life, as they worked together on the Band of Joy's album released in 2010. However, in 2014, the relationship took an unexpected turn and ended, leaving Plant deeply affected. He made the choice to return to England after spending several years in America with Griffin. While Griffin has remained quiet about the relationship and its conclusion, the emotional impact on Plant is clear. In a candid moment, he shared with Louder that the breakup resonated deeply within him, particularly influencing his 2017 album, Carry Fire. He expressed that listeners could hear his heartache in the music, revealing the challenges of dealing with the aftermath of such an intimate connection. The album became a way for Plant to channel his feelings and navigate the complexities of heartbreak.